color shirt today.
That's right.
Are you copying my style?
Your boy's back. I'm back.
Wow.
Got a little sun. See that?
I'm just gonna give you the floor.
I brown like a
doo-doo.
Like a dip bag of tea bag, like
dip bag of tea bag.
That's right.
Interesting choice of words. Robin, please go ahead. The floor's are yours, bro. You do both intros.
My intros, your intros, well. All right.
All the intros.
All right. Hola! It's your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take all that old, boring, stale information and we repackage it up in a fun and sexy way. Got a big show packed up for you today. Got my boy Cassius, who I was hanging out with in Miami, sitting on the backstage right now. We're gonna patch him up here in a minute. We also got a tan, or at least I did. Got that sun.
Bragging.
Bragging. Man, I didn't want to come back. If the studio wasn't here, if I had one of those like webcam shows, wouldn't have come back. It would have been Vice City Crypto, baby.
You're a liar.
Look at David's face. It's probably happy about
You know who's not a liar? Who's not a liar is channel sponsor, Cam's Blue Wire Technology. This show and every show this week is brought to you by Cam's Blue Wire Tech. They provide your business with scalable IT solutions so you can focus on new revenue streams for your business. If you'd like more information, visit bluewiretech.com or simply click the link in the description of this video. Like Robin mentioned, we have a packed show today. We're going to talk some NFTs. We're going to talk some Coinbase. We're going to talk some other things. But first, I'd like to bring in our special guest today. The man behind the dopest outro song in all of YouTube. One of the smartest people in our space, Mr. Cassius Kube.
Hey, hola.
Up,
good to be here.
How you doing, man?
Are you still in Miami?
Man, that's what it feels like. You know what I mean? I even got the same shirt on I had in that viral video I had down there. Feeling great.
Hey, man, I just want to say, bro, that outro music you made for us, I think it's wow. Good stuff, man. Very amazing. That was great. So thank you so much. The community's been digging it. My wife, who's not even into crypto, she's like, send me the song. I love it. My mother-in-law, my mom. I mean, that thing was a hit with everyone. Family. So amazing job, bro. Thank you so much. How have you been, man? We've heard Robin's Miami trip. How was your Miami trip? What were some of your biggest takeaways from Bitcoin Miami 2023?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on the show. I had a great time kicking with Big Rob down there in Miami. We were doing it big with all the other crypto YouTubers and, people who were kind of influential in the space, lots of parties, had some rooftop parties. I made actually multiple music videos down there. And man, I really had a blast. So as always, like my man Will says, markets go up and markets go down, but in real life, crypto is always a vibe. So for all the people out there watching, I highly suggest that you turn up to any in real life events that are in your area, wherever you guys are located. It's always a good community. I suggest you come in and meet them in person. So I just want to throw that out there first.
Yeah, but, especially when you're looking for that next gem or you're looking for that next moon bag or whatever it is, this is where you get that alpha before it hits mainstream, right? And you don't need to be in stomping around in our circles. I mean, it's pretty evident. You can see what the trend is going to be before it really pops off. And these after parties that they have at these events, which is open to everyone. It's like a battle of the after parties. It's like, hey, Tron's having an after party. This place is having an after party. And so they're all competing against one another. And it's an open invitation to all of them. Sure, you might have to pay to get in, but it's nothing that's going to break the bank.
Whose party got to pay to get in?
Well, no, we didn't pay.
We didn't have to pay to get in.
No, I'm saying,
but I'm just saying for the people watching, if you want to go to an after
party, all the plebs, you want to go, man. You just got to fork up some.
But it's worth it, man. You get the alpha.
Right. There's a lot of free events. If you check Eventbrite, you can get a promo code. You tap into the community. A lot of times someone will have a promo code for you. So, if you're dedicated to the space, you'll find someone to invite you.
Or if Sin City Crypto, or perhaps Cassius, if you're plugged into the Twitter channel and you know that we're over there representing, you can just DM me and I might meet you at the front door, sneak you in, Your boy got
Hey,
pulled.
we did a whole lot of that. That's for sure right there.
They're like, hey, I'm
But,
trying to get
yeah,
in. And be like, got you, man. I'll be out there in a second. Let me go scoop you up. So
Knowing Rob, he'll won't show up and be like, "Oh man, my bad, dude. I forgot I was supposed to meet you up there. You're out there waiting for 3 hours." So, Cassius,
Well,
what was?
Yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna say, we had a lot of fun, but I want to tell you like what one of my biggest takeaways from the event was. So from the week in general, right? Not just the event. Obviously, we went to the event. Me and Big Rob were down there filming at the event, but the parties and everything. When I first got there, I released a music video that had BitBoy Crypto in the video, and it kind of went viral. Got over 700,000 views in a couple of days, and it was really just about Miami vibe and being in crypto and being in Web3 life. The song really, it was by the poolside and everything like that. And it kind of highlighted something for me that I know I won't call it a bull market or bear market. I call it kind of a lull market. And I think there's a lot of folks, not just degens, but a lot of folks who are looking to have something interesting going on. And that's why meme coins are popping off. That's why maybe my music video kind of popped off way bigger than I thought it would. As soon as I got down there, because folks are looking for stuff to talk about that's exciting. And the conference is exciting. And so I think it's kind of interesting because I believe in blockchain technology as like the advancement of computer science and how important that is to society, and decentralized finance is extraordinarily important to humanity. But people want to talk about fun stuff in meme coins. And you know what? I'm here for it. I like to have fun, but we never lose sight of the bigger picture. So that's just one of my takeaways from it.
What are your thoughts on Nashville next year? Are you excited about that, or you wish you would have stayed in Miami?
Listen, here's the thing. I mean, I've actually never really hung out in Nashville before, but I've heard some good things. I know some people out there who are in the crypto community space that I met at NFTLA last year. So, I'm sure it'll be fun. It's all the same folks. I'm sure we're gonna have a great time, but how can I say I don't love Miami, right? I've had a blast. From my personal story, Miami is where I kind of kicked off my crypto, social experience. It was Art Basel of 2021 before I launched my show, Poppin' Crypto, on my channel. And so, hey, there's the music video right there.
yeah,
Press play. You got to show a piece of that right
there. I pulled this up. So yeah, man, you're got a lot of views here, dude. I'm checking it out. You're about to cross 1 million views. Is this? Do you have any other videos that have 1 million views? I'm just curious.
No.
Okay. All right.
This is probably the biggest, most views I ever got. This is a lot of views in like
nice. Well, it's a good vibe. We'll play this here in a second. But while we're here on this page, if you haven't followed Cassius Cuvée, here is his handle. You can see at Cassius Cuvée here. And then we'll take a look. So this is something you did with Ben down in Miami. So here, I'll just play this. Hopefully we got sound.
It's just a clip.
Do we got sound, Rocco?
No, we ain't got sound.
You got it? Oh, here, give me a second. I'll get right back to it.
You guys can check it on my Twitter page for show. But yeah, basically, my point is that like there's a lot of us who are in the space or like to have a lot of fun. It's a bear market. My other big takeaway as far as it's being a low market is that there obviously wasn't as many people. It wasn't as big of an event as it was last year. I've been to the last two of them, but it's always a higher quality of people at a time like this. So that's one of the things that I like. Whoever's really there are the builders, whoever's tapped in watching this show right now. We're the ones building. We're the ones dollar cost averaging. We're the ones accumulating so that when the next bull run comes, we're going to be the winners. So shout out to everybody who's watching right now, who's in crypto right now. You're doing the right thing at the right time.
You brought up a good point. The people that are at these conventions during a down market, higher quality people, right? Because when the market's up and Bitcoin's at 100K and dumb money's in and all the retail investors and everyone's got all this extra money and you got mad people at these conventions, it kind of gets diluted a little bit. But at a time like this where we're kind of not even out of the bear market yet, you might meet some people, might have a better opportunity to talk to some of your favorite content creators or some people like, Max Kaiser, Michael Saylor, all those people. So
get business deals done. Maybe you have a startup in the crypto space or some type of project, may not be NFT, maybe crypto adjacent. People are more approachable, someone, maybe funders and more, VCs might be more approachable as well. So, don't shy away from things. This is a bear market. This is an opportunity.
That's a good point.
All right. I got it. So get my my computer synced back up. All right. So let's play this thing here. Oh, now I lost video. Of course.
That's what you get for buying a Dell.
You leave Adele out of here. She's an
Who
amazing
buys
singer.
Dell computers, Cassius? I mean, for the love of God. Like, come on, bro.
I do have
all right.
Mac.
While
right.
Robin seemingly decides
Okay.
to...
I think for real though.
Are you sure?
Rocco? Yeah. We're good?
It's a
Okay.
quick-
Sure?
Third time's the charm.
All right, here we go.
Miami. I'm Kuve, arrived on a Tuesday. By the pool, feeling flyer than Cool J. I be rocking all night into the daylight. When I grab a mic, I ain't never getting stage fright. I'ma tell you what you already know. Thursday is the Web3 comedy show. Bit boy on the stage, so it gotta be dope. If you wanna see a roast, you should probably go. Yeah, he'll scramble him. Let's see if they can handle him. Take a chance like it's meme coin gambling. You talking cash life, you talking about a past life. Web3 money, you ain't gotta ask twice. I'm about to drop a rack on a dizzy. Probably find me in the back getting busy. I be floating on a track like a frisbee. Light skin to Wizzy, Mac like a drizzy. That got you dizzy.
Is that copywritten? We're not going to get
That was
flagged,
just
right?
a snippet. Appreciate y'all, man. That was a fun video, fun time, man. I think it kind of captured the moment, but I cut it off right when the good part starts. So make sure you check my Twitter. I got the extended version of the song on there.
Yeah,
For
we recorded. We were recording that around in our pool and out on the beach. So
Big Rob helped me record the second verse, so for sure, I appreciate you, Big Rob.
Oh, okay.
But the full video's not out, but I made snippets of like the party, that rooftop party we went to and stuff with the song behind it. So you guys can make sure you check it out. I just posted it yesterday.
Cool, man. Well, Cassius, you're more than just music. You have a lot of knowledge in our space, and I want to kind of start there. So we only have you for a short amount of time, but I want to talk about Coinbase's new strategy. So apparently, Coinbase is rolling out a Moving America Forward national campaign for cryptocurrency. United States Crypto Exchange, Coinbase, is rolling out another national ad campaign in America, focusing on the critical role that crypto will play in modernizing the global financial system. They will kick off a series of 4 different advertisements featuring Brian Armstrong, which is Coinbase CEO. These will mostly air during popular Sunday shows, so they're going mainstream on US TV, with some also appearing during ad breaks of the NBA Final Series, to which my Lakers got swept. What the hell happened there? So we're going to show you the video here in a second, but the campaign will also focus on overseas adoption of crypto and blockchain in countries like China, as the firm aims to highlight that the U.S. global economic leadership and national security are at risk if the U.S. cedes its role in building technology that will be central to the world's financial infrastructure. The ads are titled The History of Money Initiative, Stand with Crypto Day, Real People Using Crypto for Real Needs, and the State of Crypto Summit, with each one premiering over the course of 4 separate weeks. And I believe this is the very first video, so let's watch it.
Let's see, how do I start this? I'll just do it and tell me when to stop.
3, 2, 1.
The naive view of crypto is that this is some speculative asset that people are trading and they're going to lose their shirts. That's missing the forest through the trees. Fundamentally, crypto is not a financial product. It's a technology that can update all kinds of financial products. It can improve settlement times. It can make it cheaper to send money to your family overseas in another country. It can be a new way for artists to get paid. Cryptocurrency, regardless of what you think about it, it's not going anywhere. It can't be uninvented. Most of the world is embracing this technology now to update their financial system. And what I fear is that we're going to be sitting here in 5 or 10 years, and we're going to come back to crypto and think about it like we did with 5G or semiconductors, and say, wow, now it's a matter of national security that we get it brought back onshore. We need to see what the potential of it is and where it goes. And we need to do that. We need a clear rule book in the United States.
So we have that, and then if I'm not mistaken,
Let's see, how do I start this?
the same thing.
I'll just-
Okay. So they're starting an ad campaign here in the U.S., and the first one, the very first video they put out, is talking about regulation here in the U.S. Cassius, what's your knee-jerk reaction? What are your initial thoughts? Should we all support Coinbase in this? Or, I know a lot of people have issues with Coinbase. They charge too much money. The spreads are too high. The fees are too high. They can't be trusted, blah, 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 blah. Should we be rooting for people like Coinbase in our space? And what are your thoughts about this campaign? Do you think it's going to catch any traction?
Great question. I'm glad you played that video because I do think what he says makes a lot of sense. I always want to call out Coinbase is a centralized exchange. They're a centralized player. Most of us are rooting for decentralization. However, they are a big player in the space of crypto, and they're going to help drive adoption for crypto in general. I love that Coinbase is playing offense, right? They're suing the SEC as well, right? They're playing offense. They're pushing the word out there, not just playing defense and hoping people come to Coinbase. That overall is going to help drive the movement, drive education and awareness to why we need this new type of computer science. Blockchain technology is going to be more and more important. I've been saying it for a while now, that the deep fakes with AI that are coming out, where there was just that fake video of the Pentagon getting exploded, all roads are going to lead to the blockchain, because what's going to happen is we're going to want to know immediately the source of that information. Where did that data, that information come from? Where did that content come from? Was it a trusted wallet that maybe has been doxed, that they're a trusted news source, or just some rando who's just trying to play a hoax on people? So I think that everything is eventually going to come on a blockchain. That's why we call it Web 3.0. So I'm not mad at Coinbase at all for doing this.
What about you, Rob? You're a fan of this? You think it's obviously they're spending money on stuff like this.
They have a pretty good marketing campaign when it comes to these commercials. Remember they had one a couple months ago where they were just showing the remittance payments where people are sending money overseas, and I know he brushed up on it again, and then they also had another one where they were questioning, why does it take 4 days or 3 or 4 days for a bank to settle? And so what Coinbase is doing, one, through the lawsuit with the SEC, is that they're kind of going to bat for the crypto industry. They're coming out with commercials, not essentially promoting themselves, not promoting their exchange, but promoting the ideology of crypto and how it's going to improve our lives. And we've seen other exchanges promote, and it's usually, hey, here's our exchange, come make some money. Coinbase, on the other hand, their marketing strategy is a little different. It says, hey, we got this technology here. Why the hell are we using this old stuff? And they don't even really flash their brand up there at all. I mean, on that one, it was just, Brian Armstrong in black and white. I didn't even think I saw a Coinbase. Was there a Coinbase logo on there? If there was, it was short.
Right.
It just says Brian Armstrong, co-founder, CEO of Coinbase.
Yeah,
no
right.
logo.
So it's not, I truly believe that it's not a plug for their exchange, and they're literally just doing it to bring awareness to the space. And if you've heard Brian Armstrong talk at length in any interview, he does not talk about his exchange. Unless he's directly asked a question about it, he always leans on the side where he discusses the future of blockchain, the future of Web3, the direction we're going, and the failures that we have now, and how companies and the institutions, governments, politicians take advantage of the everyday person for their own personal gains. I mean, think about it. Do you think a politician will destroy your purchasing power to get reelected? If they said, hey, you know what? We can trash the dollar. We can inflate this thing. In turn, it'll make our numbers look favorable in the polls, and we'll win re-election. The sad reality is that there's a growing percentage, I'd even say majority, of politicians that are aligned in different ways than should be, right?
We know what they're all aligned with is money.
That's right.
And so are their pockets. They're aligned with money. You think this campaign is going to be successful? Do you think there's still too much negativity around crypto to the outside world, right? Outside of here at crypto? Because some people, the first thing they heard of crypto was FTX, because that made all the mainstream headlines. The biggest scam in the U.S. history was in crypto. Do you think this can help move that forward, or you think it's just people need to see the prices go back up, and this is not really going to have any influence on that?
Yeah, I think this is just more of an awareness campaign. I think it just brings more more eyeballs to the space. Hopefully, maybe some politicians kind of see it, or maybe some people say, hey, I can relate to this, and let me reach out to my congressman. Because remember, these elections are won. These swing states here in Nevada, especially, these swing states are 1,000 votes, 2,000, sometimes 5,000 votes at most for some of these swing states that are like determined 2, 3, 4, 5 days after the election, where they're recounting ballots. And so it doesn't take much. And I can tell you, there was 15,000 people at Bitcoin Miami. That's the people that traveled. So when it comes to crypto, be careful if you're trying to win re-election, because if you're on the wrong side here, the degens might just.
We need to see Elizabeth Warren lose. I think that would say a lot. That would be a warning shot to the rest of the politicians who are looking to run for office. If you take an anti-crypto stance, you're going to lose. And so it'll be interesting to see. I'm all for this. I do think the people in our space that have the resources, that have the platforms, that have the money, people like CZ, like Brian Armstrong, our space is so new. You know, if we all start cannibalizing each other and these exchanges start cannibalizing each other instead of helping each other, helping the space grow, it would be detrimental not to themselves, but to the investor and to the future of crypto. And so I've always talked about, you know, I don't use any centralized exchange for anything other than exchanging one crypto for another or on and off ramping my fiat. And Coinbase is my go-to. And so I'm happy to see them put some money into the marketing, try to get the word out there, bring some awareness. And like Rob said, you know, you don't really see the logo anywhere. Sure, it references Coinbase, but we'll see how it's received from the average viewer, from the average investor in the traditional markets. Moving on. Before I talk about what Ledger just did, let's talk about what Ledger had already done. I think we got, I don't know, did we get Rob's, Rob, we didn't get your take on this, did we? Because you were gone. Ledger, Recover.
No, yeah, that was the last thing I talked before I left. And
you said you loved it, right?
Stop.
I'm kidding.
Stop. No. So here's the thing. It's one of those things like in a boardroom when you're discussing like the roadmap or direction of a company, it sounds good, right? Like, hey, we're going to offer a service. It's optional. If people, you know, are scared of losing their seed phrase, you can have a 3-factor or, you know, your seed phrase split up into 3 different servers, and you're the only one that has access to it, and you can use this feature if you want to. But then, like, nobody really did any research on what that actually looks like. Well, oh, hey, you're plugging your ledger into a network, you're storing it on a database.
It would have made sense. For me, it would have made sense for them to come out with a new product to say this one is capable of recovering your seed phrase.
I think that would have been a good move.
Versus, oh, firmware update, everything you have. I don't think anyone would have had an issue with that. But we do have some news. It looks like Ledger has walked back on their plans for the Recover. But I want to get your take first, Cassius. We can kind of all agree, okay? The current state of self-custody is not practical for the average investor. Do you agree?
Yes, I personally know this. I've talked to too many people who say, "Oh, I just want they want the banking system to work for them. They want someone else to be responsible. They literally don't want to be responsible for their seed phrase." So that's definitely true for a lot of folks.
So I think we can both agree that having a custodian in charge of your private keys, although we might not agree with it because we understand how to self-custody, hold our own keys, blah, 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 the average investor might not feel comfortable. It might just say, hey, I'm willing to take that risk. I want you to be liable for it.
As long as you have the options.
Correct.
If you want to self-custody, cool, just don't play around with my stuff. It just kind of sucks that there's the go-to self-custody hardware wallet is jeopardizing that whole premise. And so for me, I'm just like, hey, just give me an option as long as there's players out there, because there are a lot of people that are not concerned with seed phrases. They don't want nothing to do with it. They don't want to take the risk. And honestly, like if I was running a Fortune 500 company and I wanted exposure to crypto, or let's just say I had a large enterprise or company, private, whatever, it doesn't matter. Big company, treasury assets, would you want one person to have the seed phrase written down somewhere? Like, no, you're gonna want a company that you're paying to custody it. Coinbase Vault is a good example. I'm sure the MicroStrategies and the Teslas, they don't have their seed phrase written down somewhere.
Well,
And
they got
so
multi-sig wallets. I mean, they
Yeah.
have multi-sig wallets.
Yeah, they have multi-sig wallets, and they're having someone custody it for them. And so this on a retail level for the individual user, I don't know why there's so much pushback on it. I mean, because
should've had
the
a their own
smartest people in the room are using it. And then when it comes to the regular Joe Schmo like me and you, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, you're not controlling your own crypto. We just need a trusted party. That's it.
Yeah, I've had this question about, though, the fact that these are centralized corporations that control all our wallets, whether it be Treasure, Ledger, Ballet Wallet, Arculus. Those are the hardware wallets, Metamask, right? Exodus. I always kind of wondered that at the beginning of crypto, when I first got into crypto, I should say, in the beginning, when I started learning about it, like, swimming upstream. Okay, but what happens if this fails? What happens if this fails? What happens if they want to, sabotage us? I think for Ledger, because they were such like the brand name of cold storage and self-custody pioneers, they almost should have started a new company, not even a new product, almost like a new, I don't know if they want to call it less secure. I don't know what they would want to call it, but something like that. That's like, don't take the one thing that we got and like, basically, I'll never trust you again now. You know what I mean? It just, in the hopes that you capture new business. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, ew, I would have just started a whole new thing.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, but apparently, they have walked back on their plans. So they've delayed their recover feature until they're going to start open sourcing. One of Ledger's biggest, the detractors of Ledger say they are closed source. They are not open source. So we can't look at the contract. We can't look at the technology and say, okay, here are the vulnerabilities. Here's where it's strong. But apparently, they want to go open source, and they're delaying the recover feature until they are open source. So once it's live, people can look at it and say, okay, this looks fine. There's this, there's that. But is it too late? Who knows? Ledger will delay the release of its recover service after backlash on social media. I know Rocco said he was listening into their Twitter spaces today. Maybe we'll have Rocco share a few important things he got from it. But in the meantime, in an open letter, Pascal Gauthier, CEO of Ledger, said that the company has made an unintentional communication mistake which hindered consumers from accurately understanding recover. I don't know. In a tweet, Ledger's chief technology officer, Charles Guillaume, said that the company will release the white paper for Ledger Recover and will then give customers the option to implement their own shard backup providers. This will all be done under an open source implementation, and Ledger won't release Recover until the open source is complete.
Here's the thing. You caught that? He's still trying to not take blame for this, man. The thing is that you are updating people's ledgers, and it's not open source. You don't know what the hell the company is doing, and you're plugging it in. You're offering a service that plugs into a mainframe that plugs into servers that could be at the subpoena level of the government. Said, hey, we want those funds.
Yeah, that's a huge concern for me.
And then you got KYC. And it's not the KYC we kind of are used to with the exchanges, but hey,
I believe you actually have to take like a selfie video of yourself. Plus an ID.
Selfie and ID.
And the idea behind that is that, hey, if you were to use a service and you lose your hardware wallet, you need to prove who you are to get it. So there needs to be some kind of verification. Just like you go to recover your password, you got to go through the little steps. And in their steps to recover your seed phrase, you're going to need to prove it's you, so via video. But now my concern is with this whole AI thing. I mean, what if it's me? There's a lot of video of your boy Big Rob out there, and
Yeah, sure.
I'm just saying the AI got a lot of data on me. And I'm sure you can make a selfie video of me. And then, what else would you need, really? A doctored up identification card. But why they're not taking blame, man. Just say, hey man, we fucked up. Like, That's it. Just be like, you know what? That was a terrible idea. And then he says, we got the message wrong. Like, no, the message is crystal clear. You're plugging it into your network.
Their
He
whole
don't want to
thing,
step up and take that blame right there. I agree with you on that.
their whole thing is this is their stance. Their stance is the product is good. We just didn't do a good enough job of explaining it. And now we've lost trust. And now the only way to gain that trust back is to go open source. I mean, Ledger was literally had the hardware wallet market cornered. Okay. I know people use Trezor, but I'm telling you, man, I don't know about you guys, but anytime anyone would ask me, Ledger would be my go-to hardware wallet.
Is it
Great
still?
user interface? No, absolutely not. Great user interface, easy, simple, 24 words instead of 12, so you can assume it's more safe. It's got Ledger Live. It supports a crap load of tokens and coins.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of wallets that were at Bitcoin Miami. There was a lot of
course.
cool wallets. There were some fun ones. Arculus was there, which is the physical card that you use the NF.
But they don't really have
tap.
a lot of
But
support for tokens.
Let me tell you, there was a couple of them that were pretty cool. There's actually one that some of the team members are from Vegas. I'm in communications to get them on. But
Ballet wallet?
which one?
Ballet? I think you're talking about Ballet
no,
wallet?
not Ballet.
Oh, they're
No,
great. They're Vegas too.
I think he is also Vegas too. But no, so it's like a little. You get a little. Basically, it looks like a tiny phone, and then from there you have. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, so it's like a little tiny phone. It's about the size of like a key fob on a keychain, and then that has a screen, and you can go through your tokens. You can give people your address, but you can't. There's no seed phrase. There's nothing on there, and the seed phrase is stored on your phone, and then you tap the two together, and there's a lot of that.
I don't know if that's a good thing. Seed phrase, but let me. Okay,
No, there's no seed phrase on the product, and so the only way you can pull up your seed phrase is with the Apple like face scan.
Let me ask you guys this question. So you were down there. There was a ton of different hardware wallets. Is there one maybe you found in Bitcoin Miami, or one that you've kind of done research on where you're going to start using now? What are some other options people should look into outside of Ledger?
Well, I definitely use Trezor. I already use that. I have a Ballet wallet and Arculus wallet. I actually haven't used them yet because I got most of my stuff on Trezor and some on Ledger. But maybe the stuff I have on my Ledger, I'll swing over to the other ones. I just want to call out one thing. What we do in this space is we talk about like the growing pains, and we're outraged by some of the things that come out, as we should, because we are specifically the people who need to hold these companies accountable, the people who go on air and push back on them. Like, obviously his apology, or whatever you want to call it, was not perfect, but that only happens because folks like us speak up and speak for the people. So we definitely need to keep doing that. But I do want to call out just one thing in the larger picture. These are some of the growing pains that crypto and blockchain technology is inevitably going to have to go through if we do want to try to figure out how to get more mass adoption. So in the bigger scheme of things, I'm not mad at someone trying something. In general, we're going to have a lot of these type of things that go on. This is how you get 5 years into the future with some sort of seamless transactions, so that maybe there's certain levels of custody that more people are, feel comfortable with. And it's an opportunity, a choice to kind of scale it back to, full cold storage, or some people who want like partial custody. And so it's just one of those things we got to go through in order to get the mass adoption. So I don't want anybody to freak out too much. We will get past this too.
No, and I think you bring up a good point is guys, we're at like the level 1 of crypto, blockchain, Web3. There's going to be issues. There's going to be fraud. There's going to be companies that make mistakes. And that's just part of being on the ground level. And so, but I think we can all agree what Ledger's trying to do practically makes sense. They just didn't go about it the right way. It should have either been a completely different product, or if you want to go to the full extreme, like Cash has said, a spin-off company. I mean, you have some of the biggest companies. Kroger has several different, Tylenol also owns the non-name brand version of the actual medicine. So there's different things you can do. We can all agree that, yes, they were trying to do something to help push the space and self-custody forward for the average investor. But did they do it the right way? No. but they are walking back. For me, to answer my own question, I've been looking into Keystone XL. It's 100% air gapped. It's open source. It has a decent amount of tokens on there. So that's one I've been looking into as far as using it outside the ledger. But for me, I haven't even plugged my ledger in since then. When I do it, it will be to move my coins off of my ledgers onto other like Trezor. I also have an Arculus and the Keystone as well. So interesting. But I want to move forward, unless you guys have something else to add to this conversation before I move forward.
Okay.
Brokey Soapy. Well, you know what, Rob? Before we move on, let's give some love to them.
All right. If you
Also,
are new
give us
here,
an update on our like metric here.
Yeah, so if you're new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. We only got 76 likes, less than a 50% like ratio. Do you not like the video? What's going on here? Hit the damn like button before I hit you in the face through this camera.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. So,
Wow.
if you're new here, say hello. We have a few new people. We got Amp Knight, V-Lad, Crawler, Arizona Hiker, Yanin, Mark B, Aristides, Bo Rabbit, Jim. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
That's right. Arizona Hiker, huh? Okay. Interesting. All right. I want to talk some NFT with my friend Cassius here. So Pudgy Penguins, okay. What? I don't know. Real quick. Do you guys consider Pudgy Penguins a blue chip? I would say yes.
I think so at this point, yeah.
Cassius, what about you?
I don't know, man. I probably yes. I would say probably yes. I'm not deep in the NFT game, so I don't know necessarily how to compare them to everyone. I'm not one of those guys who can list off the top of his head 100 NFT projects, but I'll put it this way. I sure hear a lot about them. I think Ben was wearing a shirt today for him.
So yeah, the Pudgy Penguins. So they are, can't wait to hear what our friend Robin has to say about this. They're debuting on Amazon with toys, and they sold $500,000 on Amazon. Pudgy Penguin toys. Sold $500,000 worth of physical toys on its Amazon storefront in the days following their launch. The release of the toys, which was announced on May 18th, may show a mainstream use case for NFTs. The toys range from stuffed penguins to figurines. Each toy comes with a QR code that gives them access to Pudgy World, which is tied to a blockchain wallet, soulbound NFT, and tradable NFT accessible through email address signup. And if you're interested, and I'll show you the Amazon website here in a second, Pudgy Penguins has teased that the toys will hit the shelves in some of the most prominent retail and specialty stores around the world. And I went to Amazon, I put Pudgy Penguin toys in here. We have it, guys. Got some characters here, some toys, some plushies.
So it comes with an NFT?
No, it just comes with you can scan a QR code and go into the Pudgy world. So,
So what, does it? You don't get any NFT with that?
no.
So they're just coming out with stuffed animals.
Yeah, toys. It's a brand.
Merchandise.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Robin.
This is stupid, man.
Why?
All they got is the stuffed animals that you get out of the crane machine, and that's it.
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
What?
They have this toy, positive affirmation penguin. They have a huggable plush. They have
Huggable
adopt your
plush.
new forever friend with interchangeable accessories. We know interchangeableness is a hot topic these days.
You buying one, David? Are you getting one?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the Agable one.
You know,
the plush
Dave is
one,
very
yeah.
bullish on this. I will get you a couple of these for Christmas.
I'll buy
How's
the
that
lizard for
sound? Birthday, Christmas.
Okay, all jokes aside, though, for me, my immediate thing was, okay, the Pudgy Penguins brand, who knows about it? It ain't 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds because they're not buying NFTs.
Okay, this is what I would say. The same way that you
There seems like a disconnect to me. I don't know.
Okay. What I would recommend, like if I was an NFT brand and I wanted to capitalize on physical merchandise, why not stay in the similar realm of exclusivity and also rarity and something like a card, right? Why not have actual packs of cards in the same way that you have Pokemon, the same way that, or you've seen some of these figurines. Here's the thing, take a Bored Ape, for example. If they had like a cast iron die figurine of the Bored Apes, maybe have a collection of 1 to 10,000 and then release them that way. I think that would be pretty dope. Or perhaps a separate line. Be
Are you talking about toys?
Models, I guess. Toys or models.
Okay,
But
so
what I'm
you're
saying
speaking
is
more
that-
collectibles.
What
Physical
that's
collectibles,
but that's what
please.
NFTs are. They're collectibles.
Okay, but this
right?
is not a collectible. These are
That's
not.
what I'm saying. It's like, why not? Your brand is based off of being exclusive and being collectible. That's literally how your company was built. And now you're coming out with plush toys that have nothing to do with rarity. Now you can make an argument and be like, oh, hey, Beanie Babies and Furbies and all this. There are examples of exclusive plush animals in the past, but they don't hold their value over time. And why not do a card-based collectible where, hey, there's only so many of this card out there. I think that would be a good marketing strategy for real world tangible goods in the NFT marketplace. If you were Cassius, if you were one of the founding members of Bored Ape Yacht Club or Azuki, you just name it, any big blue chip NFT project, you wanted to sell some real life goods. Do you think this would be a good move, or do you think more? Or what's your thought? What would be your marketing strategy?
Well, first of all, save this video because Big Rob likes to make predictions that come true, like that Elon Musk would change the Dogecoin logo on the Twitter logo. So save this video. I guarantee you someone's going to make some collectible cards or something for their NFT project coming up soon. So we're definitely going to come back and play this. Have credit to you in advance there, Big Rob. What you said makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to be mad at Pudgy Penguins for doing this. Again, this is kind of part of the figuring things out. We're pioneers in the space. Everybody who's in there involved right now in 2023, testing things out. See what they do. Listen, whether or not I'm going to buy one doesn't really matter. They made $500,000. Okay, so dollars make sense. All right, so they're going to keep doing whatever they got to do as far as putting out projects. Whether or not I like it don't really matter. I like the idea of companies and NFT projects experimenting with different things. Let's keep doing whatever you got to do. We got an NFT project. It's got some form of representation on Amazon. Maybe they will drop an NFT with it that goes along with it next time. So, it's just one of those things that not all products are going to be for everybody.
Yeah, like I said, to me, it's kind of a disconnect. Like, who's buying? I'm curious to see the demographic of people who bought these toys. Was it all 500,000 of Pudgy Penguin holders just to show support and to make it seem like a success? Or was it actually
the community? Community is man. Yeah, we saw it firsthand down in Bitcoin Miami. They're all wearing matching watches and whatever
matching Lambos,
whatever merchandise the founders are pushing. Hey man, the community will buy anything, and they're like diehard. So.
While Cassius, before we let you go, Cassius, we're gonna let you go in a second. But before we let you go, I need your honest opinion, and just no bias here, okay? Just an honest opinion. You're a fashionable guy. Let's.
Hey. That was the most lit night too, man. I love that party that we went to.
If you were to rate this on a scale of 1 to 4, 1 being what the hell are you doing, 4 being what the hell are you doing?
I got more compliments on that shirt.
Well, listen, Big Rob, you're doing your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? He's in Miami. He's letting his inner peacock out. I'm not going to be mad at it. Listen, I wear a lot of shiny stuff. I'm going to say there are slight nuances, when it comes to that style of clothing. If you look at the shirt I wore compared to his, maybe you make up your own mind. But listen, clothing is all about self-expression. You keep doing you, Big Rob.
My man.
So that was a nice way of saying, what the hell are you doing? Cassius, thank you so much for joining us, man. We appreciate it. Guys, go follow Cassius on Twitter at Cassius Cuvée. Also on YouTube, Popping Crypto.
I just want to thank Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but you gave it. Buy the coin, it's your favorite. You got dry powder, why save it?
My dude, bro, that song, I'm telling you, man. Guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, stay tuned for the end because that outro song, I'll just leave it at that. It's straight fire. Thank you so much, bro. We appreciate your time, man. And we look forward to having you on again. Enjoy the rest of your day, my friend. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to tap into an NFT business idea for you guys next week.
Oh, what?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Some of that NFT alpha?
Yeah, I'll give you an idea.
Call me, bro.
Next week.
All right, brother. Take care. Thank you.
All right, peace. Thanks, guys.
All right. Robin, let's look at the markets, please.
All right. So while we were gone, Bitcoin is at the same spot it was when I left.
Oh my God. Wait, when you left for Miami or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I left for Miami and Bitcoin was at 27.1 and I come back and it's at 27.1. You know. And I think this was the day I left here. Yeah, 27.3. Pull this up here. All right. So Bitcoin is still trading sideways in the longest sideways channel that Bitcoin has been in a while. It's been, how long have we been in this? Let me take a look here. Pulling up the 1 year. It's been damn near a quarter of the year we've been trading. Oh, dang. Okay, let's see here. How long have we been?
Are you still? I know I asked you this yesterday.
I
but-
need TradingView. Can somebody help me with TradingView? Because your boys.
Wow, Rocco, look what I have queued up here for you.
What do you got? You got TradingView pulled up?
I don't know. Do I? Rocco? Oh my God,
yeah.
TradingView. What time frame would you like, Robin?
I don't know.
Okay.
How long
so
have we been in this channel?
This is the 1 hour time frame here.
Oh, the 1 hour.
Here, you want to go? You want to go more macro? Let's go. Let's go on the daily. There you go. Bam. We'll get rid of the drawings. And here you go. We've been here pretty much since May 12th. Just chopping sideways here, and I'll kind of draw a little rectangle. We'll just call it from here to here. There you go. We've been in this 3%. 3% up and down. 3% up and down on the daily for the last 20 days? 10, 15 days? 2 weeks?
No, but when did we come in? But see, we had that little pop up there, but we've been at 26K for a while, between 26 and 30K. So that's
Oh yeah,
right,
26 and 30K. You're looking at
right there. That's what I'm talking about right there.
There's your 26K and there's your 30K.
So we've been hanging out here for a while. We came up and tested the 30K once. Was that the second one to test as well? Yeah.
So you're looking at 66 days.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a while, man. It's been over 2 months. We've been trading in that same area. And I think that we are consolidating for a big run up. But the only thing is that we keep testing the resistance there. And so for a breakout to the upside, you would typically want to test the resistance, not the support, and then break out above it, make support on the resistance. So
this is a 1 hour. I am seeing a bull flag on the 1 hour. It's looking pretty good, actually. One, and then kind of like a falling channel, so to say. And these usually always, well, not always, but about 70% of the time break to the upside. And so that's what I'll be looking for. This is on the 1 hour. So we should expect at least a big 1% move to the upside if we take the width, or what a lot of traders like to do is I like to take the length of the pull, and I like to measure the move that way. And if that's the case, we're looking at $27,800 as a price target for Bitcoin in the short term. But
we got Frankie Candles in the chat. He dropped an hola.
Frankie Candles, he'll be joining us tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow he'll be on the show. He was also down in Miami. Got to hang out, have some drinks with him.
Frankie, let me tell you a little bit about Frankie, man. Frankie is one of the most genuine people in our space. He does it for his community. He does it for the love of what he does. I know that for a fact, and that's from me meeting him, from me speaking to him. And so he's one of the good guys in our space, and we love Frankie. We love having him on. We think he's amazing for our space. And so we're excited to have him on tomorrow.
I'm trying to catch some of the alpha because, this whole consolidation, the snooze fest that we've had the last 2 months, I think that's what's been driving this meme coin market, right? Is that the people that are in the blue chips, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, the top projects, they're looking to make some money. At a heart, most of the people in our space, we DJs. We trying to come up. And if Cardano ain't gonna 2x, if Bitcoin ain't gonna 10%, then you know what? Give me
That
a
would
meme
be
coin.
that would be a 0.1x.
That's
Just in
what I
case you're wondering.
so yeah, it's trading sideways, and we've seen it time and time again. Usually, you see Ethereum and the larger alts move, but they have been kind of trading in tandem with Bitcoin as well. And so now you want volatility, you got to go down the list.
These meme coins, bro.
Because you remember during the last bull market, it was Bitcoin would trade sideways, Bitcoin would make a move up, trade sideways, boom, altcoins would rally. They would
the flow of the markets,
They would
man.
pop up one by one. But the thing is it hasn't flowed that way recently. Not at least in the large cap alts.
I mean, we saw
Large cap alts have not deviated from Bitcoin, and so they have moved together. Yes, we've seen most of them not outperform Bitcoin, which is typical in a bear market. I'm not saying that something's broken here, but in a bear market, Bitcoin tends to outperform the rest of the market on across the whole bear market. And then when there's a reversal and we hit our bottom, it's time to get in the alts. The thing is the alts just aren't moving yet. So, everyone's out here scratching, trying to get that meme coin.
That's kind of what it is, man. And money's flowing out of, or not, maybe not flowing out of, but definitely not flowing into some of these other projects.
Let me ask you a question. If Bitcoin were just hypothetically over the course of 2 months were to rally back to 55,000, do you think that at that point altcoins would take off and outperform Bitcoin? Or do you think we'll see more of what we saw where Bitcoin went from 16,000 up to 28 and they've been relatively comparable as far as returns?
Okay, so I think it's important to keep in mind in 2 months what we could be possibly looking at, right? We have the debt ceiling thing coming up in the next week or so, right? I'm not saying they're going to default, but
Traditional markets are dumping.
traditional markets are dumping.
They're
Forrest
freaking out.
has mentioned this. Q3 is usually historically a bad quarter for risk on assets. And if we go deeper into a recession, take all that into consideration. Do you think people at that point, if Bitcoin does start to rally, they'll take profits and put it into more speculative assets? And when you compare Bitcoin to even something like Solana, like Cardano, you argue it's more speculative than it is putting it in Bitcoin. That's the way the money flows. Is during bear markets, money flows back into Bitcoin because it's the safest asset out there.
So what you're saying, and what I like what you're saying, and it kind of got me thinking. You think there's just not enough profits off of Bitcoin right now, that a lot of people are just underwater when we were at the bottom, and now we're maybe break even, and we're waiting for people to be in the green enough to where they can remove profits and invest in other projects? Because that would make sense.
Well, here's the
Because it's not like all of a sudden you had a bunch of millionaires, everyone were rich when Bitcoin went from 16 to 28, right?
yeah.
But I could say that if Bitcoin doubled from 28 to 56, could find ourselves in a situation where there's a lot of people in the profit, and a lot of people in the green,
okay,
and
but
now
Robin,
they're like, hey,
but-
I want exposure to something else.
Oh, yes, but okay, yeah, but here's my thing. Like, is retail going to dump into Bitcoin when it's like the most exciting thing is a 2x, when there's people out here getting 50, 100x's on new meme coins or Pepe or whatever the case may be?
Bitcoin's going to always drive the market. So
I'm just saying, I understand that. You get more big players, right? The micro strategies, nation states, investment funds, 401k funds. You get more of those people buying up Bitcoin. And so you see quicker price rallies. But I'm saying the average retail investor, when they look at $100,000 Bitcoin and they only have $1,000, are they going to want 0.001 of a Bitcoin, or are they going to want 100 million of the new meme coin?
Okay, so what you're saying is that new retail is going to be what drives the altcoin market. I think it's the opposite. I think it's the big money, the whales, skimming profit and getting exposure and diversifying into altcoins. They're the ones that move the market. And right now, the euphoria of the average inexperienced crypto investor, that person is not YOLOing into crypto right now. They're not. And I don't think that in 2 months or 3 months or 6 months, that person will be excited to invest in crypto. I just haven't felt that buzz yet. And so I think the money is going to come from the top in the same way that it has during the run up of the last bull market. Because remember, retail got in late last bull market. The retail investor, the inexperienced novice investor, they came in at 2021. But where were the whales making their money? Where were the whales piling in 2020? And that's when Michael Saylor bought. And so I think we're going to see something similar. I think in the next year, the next 12 months, we got to wait until Bitcoin's price rallies. And when I say rally, I'm talking about sniffing the all-time highs again. That's right. Also sniffing that like
Smells
button.
good. Smells good.
But sniffing the all-time highs. And then from there,
You have no idea what you're
whales, smart
He got
money.
lost.
saying. You got
He got lost. He got lost.
I didn't get lost. I'm
Okay.
just
It's okay.
smelling, baby.
We're talking about this man money. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Then
money.
at that point, the whale will pour over profits, diversify, good exposure to more newer venture capital opportunities.
You know,
That's what I think. I don't think the waitress, the barber, the plumber, the person with zero crypto is all of a sudden in the next 2 months
gonna buy Bitcoin.
gonna buy altcoins. I don't.
Really?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
I disagree. But you brought up money moving from Bitcoin. Well, this is from Glassnode.
Real quick, let me get from the chat. Let me know what you guys thinking here. If you think the next bull market will be kicked off by whales doubling down on crypto, put a 1 in the chat. If you think that the next bull market will be kicked off by retail, just piling in on altcoins and meme coins and just kicking that off that way, put a 2 in the chat.
I also, a couple things. Dave Digital said Miami Rob. I kind of like that. It's a good nickname for you, Miami Rob.
Miami Rob?
Yeah. Very flamboyant.
Right now, I got some color on my skin. I can go with Miami Rob right now, but in the middle of winter, boy, pale.
Alaskan Rob.
Alaskan.
So, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, also keep in mind the level of liquidity in the market right now is the lowest it's been in a very long time. You have market makers stepping back, scaling back their programs, right? Providing liquidity. We have this piece of news from, and I'm going to find it real quick. This was from, where'd you go? Right here, USDT. Here, let's show this real quick. USDT usage plummets to 4-year low despite their record market cap. So it's something interesting is brewing in the markets here. In a striking turn of events, trading activity involving USDT has reached its lowest point in the last 4 years, even as market cap goes over 83 billion. Kaiko, which is a market research firm, suggests that the situation seems rather peculiar given the substantial increase in USDT supply while its actual utilization diminishes. CoinGecko's data reveals that USDT's trading volume has plummeted to below 10 billion, which is the lowest it's been since March of 2019. Since March of 2019. Market makers are stepping away. USDT usage is plummeting. So liquidity in the market's not there. So you got to remember, you have one massive whale getting in, whether it's a company, whether it's Apple, whether it's a nation state, that can send the markets into a frenzy. Bitcoin can literally go from 27 to 40K in a matter of hours. I think that's possible with all the Bitcoin off exchanges, with the low liquidity. I definitely think that's possible. And will that suddenly, right? Now think about the psychological effect. Bitcoin goes from 30 to 40K in a matter of a few hours. Guess what? CNBC is talking about it, and CNBC is talking about it, and Kiko's talking about it, and every major news media outlet is talking about it and printing news articles about how Bitcoin went from 30 to 40K in a matter of hours. Then you're going to have these politicians come out. So Bitcoin narrative will be front and center in the mainstream media, which is where a lot of the people were trying to get into our space. That is where they consume their news. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then what I was showing earlier, and this is from Glassnode, Bitcoin supply last active, okay? All 4 of these are at all-time highs. Supply last active over 5 years, that is in the blue on the bottom, almost at 30%. Last 3 years in the green, over or at 40%. In the orange is supply last active 2+ years ago at almost 55%. And Bitcoin that was bought over a year ago, 68%. 68% has not moved. So, I don't know. So, everything I just said, you still agree with your statement there?
So you're saying that we're one whale away from USDT kind of popping off, right?
No, Bitcoin.
Or Bitcoin?
I
What,
thi-
what do you? So this is what I take away from the USDT being at a low. Well, first of all, USDT was one of the few stable coins that was available back in 2019 and 2020. There were some other ones, but it was kind of the first to market. And we've seen that the cryptos that are first to market tend to be the most successful as far as market cap. Now there's a lot of competition. Also here in the States, seemed a little bit more comfortable with USDC. So I think I would say, but the thing is like people.
But
will
USDC's market cap has been shrinking.
yeah, and they've all been shrinking, and obviously
Not
there's
Tether.
the
Tether's has not been shrinking. That's the point of the article. Is their market cap continues to grow. Tether continues to be minted, but their usage is at all-time lows.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like, yeah, their market cap stays the same, but you can just say that, hey, maybe USDT is just being printed with. I would be careful just to simply say that they haven't shrunk because people haven't sold. I think their numbers might be called into question, put it that way. But stable coins across the board are down. The use case, if we're going to talk about the article, the utility of them basically is a measure of DeFi, right?
USDT?
Yeah, I would say all stable coins, USDT, it's a measure of DeFi. Now,
To an extent.
I know that the order books are a lot of times priced in USDT, so it's also just it's a measure of volume across the ecosystem. But we're seeing now is the exchanges are letting you buy directly from a fiat account, right? We see it with Binance and we see it with Coinbase. There's a handful of other companies where you deposit your cash. We saw it with Voyager. You can name an exchange. A lot of times you're just keeping your fiat in the exchange, not in the stable coin. And then from there, you're buying and you're making your purchases and selling right into fiat, not even using stable coins. Now, I would say that there's probably, I don't have the metrics here, but there's more use of stable coins versus the fiat version. But I would say that it is a great measure of the activity on DeFi. I think that if you see the stable coins utility are down, people are less interested in DeFi, right? I mean, is there a lot of buzz in NFTs right now? There is more so than we were at the bottom of the market, but it's nowhere near where it was in the last bull market. And then on top of that, outside of meme coins, are we participating in DeFi? No, we're not. DeFi essentially is snoozing right now. The devs are building. Nobody's staking. Nobody's taking out contracts and borrowing on their Bitcoin. There might be a handful of degens, but realistically, it's not even a fraction of where it was before. And so right now, it's order books and meme coins. That's where the utility of stable coins is gone right now. Which just goes to show you that if Bitcoin right now is at damn near 30,000, we were over 30,000 twice in the last 2 months. We're seeing the meme coins rally. We're seeing NFT ecosystem starting to catch back up. If we're only 50% of the way away from all-time highs on Bitcoin, just imagine where this market's going to be in the next bull market. I mean, After I left Bitcoin Miami, I was so thrilled to see where our space is going. Between ordinals, between the exchanges. Yes, it might seem doom and gloom here in the States, but man, this community is not slowing down by any means. And the next bull market is right around the corner. The halving is next year, less than 1 year away. It is time to position yourself to make some money now. Start identifying what projects you are a fan of and get exposure to them. Or you're going to get left behind. Don't wait to pile in until, the guy at the barbershop's talking about the next layer one. Get in now. Bitcoin halving 311 days away. Let's go. Can I get some bullhorn sound? And then also, let me ask you a question. Not you, David.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But the viewer, have you hit the like button? Because if you have not, the hell wrong with you? Thank you.
Robin, I missed you, man.
Did you?
I know you didn't miss me, but it's okay. I don't have any issues expressing my emotions. I missed you, bro.
Oh, yeah?
I missed you in the studio. I did. Anyways, let's talk about this. So, did you hear the Metamask debacle?
No.
Okay,
I
so
didn't catch anything about Metamask.
Okay, so this was
Maybe I
tweeted.
did.
So Metamask terms and service. We reserve the right to withhold taxes where required. And everyone was in a frenzy saying, what the hell? What do you mean? You're going to take my gains, profits, and withhold taxes? Everyone was like, delete MetaMask. This is crazy.
I saw they came out with a statement saying they don't take taxes.
They did. Here's what they take taxes on, okay? Consensus, which is the owner of MetaMask, said on May 21st it does not collect taxes from cryptocurrency users. They said, let's clarify one thing up front. MetaMask does not collect taxes on crypto transactions, and we have not made any changes to our terms to do so. They clarified that it only collects sales taxes on certain paid services, such as subscriptions to the ETH API in Fura that are paid via credit card. It said that tax-related terms do not apply to MetaMask and other products without sales tax. But do you understand why people freak out when they see stuff like this and someone posts on Twitter a screenshot of we collect taxes? You think it's the job of the crypto community to digest the information first and learn more before going out there and freaking out? Or you think it's the job of companies like MetaMask, like Ledger, to do a better job of explaining things before they make anything public?
I don't know. I think people are going to always take out of context things and like, hey, this is DeFi. You said taxes. There's no way that's supposed to be in there. And for that reason, I think that you're always going to have that. So you can tread carefully as a company, but just know that you're probably always going to have some announcement or something you talk about on Twitter that gets taken way out of context, and you got to have a PR team like circle it back in. That's just the day and age we live in. You can't have exposure to millions of people and offer a product that people are very fond of and not say something publicly 100% of the time correct in the eyes of social media police nowadays, right? And also you got degens that just take everything out of context. But here's the thing. I like the idea of paying taxes on initial transactions. Here's the thing. If you're using crypto for utility, then I think it should be used in the same way that you would pay taxes on things that you use in the everyday world. Example, if I go buy a tank of gas, I pay for the taxes right then and there, right? And if I hypothetically were to use Ethereum and I were going to pay for a gas fee, if they took the taxes out, and I know this is not about what they're doing. Let me clarify. This is not what MetaMask is doing, but I'm just giving you a hypothetical. If I were to pay for a gas fee with Ethereum, I would be okay personally taking out the taxes in an event like that versus paying capital gains from my Ethereum wallet. Little different, right? If I had
So you're okay. So
now,
you're
now what I'm saying is that I would
So
would
you want him
prefer
to-
the traditional format for my investment portfolio. If I buy Ethereum at $100 and I sell it at say 5,000, okay, I understand. I'm prepared for the taxable event of where my capital gains are from 100 to 5,000. But in the same wallet, if I decided to use it to pay for gas fee, I'm not selling it as part of an investment. I'm using it as a utility. Let me pay taxes right then and there instead of paying the capital gains. Now, is that even possible to separate the two? Probably not. But I'm just giving it an example where, hey, not all things are taxed equally.
Well, this is why it's so infuriating to me that lawmakers and politicians refuse to sit down and spend some time creating rules and regulations that fit into crypto because of those the scenario he explained. You don't get that in the traditional market. So maybe there's got to be a different tax code when you use it for utility versus when you use it to speculate. There needs to be different rules and regulations. You can't have people coming out here like Brad Sherman saying, label everything as security. There are certain tokens that start off as a security and end up not being a security. Like, it's such a complex space. It's new. I think it deserves a little bit of time and resource from people who are making these laws, from the politicians, from rule makers, from regulators like Gary Gensler. Spend some time, understand the space, and create regulations and rules that apply and make sense. Because it's not a box. Crypto is not a box. It's multiple boxes. And certain things fit in multiple boxes. Certain things fit in only one box. That's my take.
Speaking of boxes, give a shout out to
Box?
a box of members. I have no transition for that.
I know you.
Now,
You're not
if
good at
you're new
transition.
here, say hello. So we can jump an hola back at you. I do got a few new people in the chat. We got Hefe with a Jeff. We got
Hefe with a Jeff?
Hefe
J?
with a J.
How else is Hefe supposed to be with what?
Jeffe?
FP?
Jeffe?
Hefe.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Donnie S. Benjamin. Eddie. Effini. Win with an I. The Dabatola.
Let me look at these names. Let's see if you're.
We got
Dave, I know you missed this stuff.
So we got Philip, Nicholas, Effini, Richmond, Rob, and then my favorite, Win with an I, Lasagna. There it is. So let's go.
Where do you
It's
welcome.
guys?
City Credit.
Guys, let us know. I'm curious. This is just for fun. How did you come up with your YouTube handle names? Like Broke Yoshi No Dinero, I can kind of draw conclusions there. But if you have a funky name, is there a reason behind it? Feel free to share, and we'll maybe highlight some of the funny ones.
A big shout out to Six. He's in the chat. Hung out with him. A lot of
hung out
fun.
with a 6-year-old?
No, his name is Six.
Oh,
It's him and
what, is he like
his
6'6" or what's the?
Can we stop with the dad jokes? You're terrible. Yeah, thank you, Rocco. Appreciate it.
No, it's gonna keep going.
Yeah. What other six jokes you got there, huh? So we got Six and Honest. So two guys. Hung out with both of them at Austin and then also in Miami. So guys, if you visit Vegas, I know y'all talking about it. Come visit Vegas. Come hang out with us in studio. We put up a pretty good show here. So
We do put up a pretty good show. And we're actually going to be putting an end to the show.
end of the show. That's it.
That's it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, there's always tomorrow.
There is
Monday
always
through
something.
Friday.
You know what there always also is? There's also always is also our channel sponsor, Cam's Blue Wire Technology. Today's show is brought to you by them, and tomorrow's show will also be brought to you by them. If you want more information on how they can help you and your business, visit bluewiretech.com or click the link in the description of this video. So Chemo and Crypto said, I mix chemotherapy agents for cancer patients. Okay. Interesting. Hefe with a Jeff. That's pretty funny. I'm not new. I just ran out of subscriptions. Sorry, guys. Hefe. Come on, man. You can't have a name like Hefe and not have a subscription, bro. What's going on here?
We also got Richmond and Rob up in here. Pretty new as well.
Let me guess. The name behind that. Oh, it's two separate people. Richmond.
Yes,
And then Rob?
yes.
Rob, I know Rob said something about what are some hardware wallets. I kind of mentioned a few, but some of the ones, one I'm really looking into is Keystone XL. It's air gapped, open source, not as user friendly and not as many tokens as something like a Ledger, but hey, there's pros and cons to everything. I have a Trezor, I have multiple ledgers, I have an Arculus that I haven't really used. Might have to dig into that.
And here's the thing: if you're looking for a hardware wallet and you haven't pulled the trigger yet, I still think it's a better idea to keep on a browser-based wallet like MetaMask. It's not quite as secure as the cold storage, but at least there, it's not in the custody of an exchange, and so there is issues you can have where someone can get a hold of your computer, put in a password, and so it's not quite as secure as a hardware, but I think it's second best as far as security if you haven't purchased a hardware wallet. Or you can also keep a USB stick. Don't forget. As long as it's removed from the internet, hardware wallets are essentially USB sticks with a code to get in it. So if you got a USB stick laying around, you can put your hardware wallet. You can use that as your hardware wallet, write down a seed phrase. And if
remember,
if you
the
store your
USB
seed phrase,
devices doesn't hold your coins. Your coins are on the blockchain. It just holds the key, the signature. That's it.
no. And then you can also put your seed phrase on a piece of paper and go put it in a safety deposit box, put it on a USB stick, whatever. There's lots of different things you can do. But
That's right. Robin, I'm going to let you do the outro today because you haven't been here for a while. Just don't forget the finger tornado. Did you see Forrest's finger tornado, by the way?
no,
It was
no.
a good one.
Was it?
Yeah.
That'd be convincing, yeah.
We convinced him. Go ahead, Robin, please.
Well,
Take us out.
in case you
brought us in, take us
in
out.
case you didn't know, the only reason David does his finger tornado is because he is mad. When he first got into the studio, he had a swivel chair, and that man would not sit still. He was just like,
It was like a
Dude.
cobra. A
dude,
cobra.
we had
That
a
is
meeting.
not how the
we had
finger
a
tornado
meeting, and we were
came.
going to buy new chairs, and I was like,
That
you,
is
you
not-
are not allowed to have a swivel chair.
That is not the reason why I do my finger tornado. The finger tornado is Rocco Red. Let's wrap this up. And then it was just like, oh, wow, that's what tornadoes do,
Oh.
except they go like this. But this one is a David finger tornado. And so it
Well-
depends on how good the show is. If the show is really, really good, you get the super fast finger tornado.
You know where it all started, right?
I just muted him. That's not because we this for tornado enough. So, Dave, you're mute.
Okay,
Okay, let's go.
That's right. Now I will say that he did get the patented finger tornado move because he sat in the back row of the movie theater in high school. Let that sink in. All right, thank you guys.
Sin City, crypto. Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin that's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I?